Alright folks, definitely a tricky spring storm en route here by the time we make our way out to late tomorrow and the first part of Thursday. Things are definitely going to be a nowcasting a turn of events, okay, through the storm, and I'm sure you've all heard of it. It's going to be a low pressure system that makes its way out of the Ohio Valley, and two of them actually, and it's going to be quite complicated. And one which is very easy to mess up. So folks, don't be surprised if my forecast does not turn out the way I expect it to right now. Things could definitely change, and it's typical that these spring snowstorms provide lots of headache, okay, and bus as well. Now, let's just take a look at my early expectations for what I expect to occur. The greatest threat, by the way I see things right now, is a plowable snow in the blue areas. And I'm not saying that this might not be extended towards the south, all you New York City people, but I'm just saying that this is the way I see things right now. Now, I'm not going to say that New York City is getting all rain. I'm not going to say Central Jersey is getting all rain. I just think that mostly rain will be the rule. I also think that a plowable snow would be possible, but at this point, less than a 50% chance. Greater than a 50% chance is the blue area for a plowable snow. Alright, let's look at the satellites right now. This is the infrared imagery. And what I want to point out to you folks is, as I zoom on in here, you can see the system is making its way out on through the central part of our nation. Significant subsidence behind it. But ahead of it there's plenty of moisture, and this area right in here where there's diffluence right now is eventually where the low is going to pass just to the south of, and when that second low, as opposed to the first low moving through here right now, when that second low essentially passes through the area of diffluence, it's going to begin to strengthen rapidly in the central and eastern Ohio Valley, and then eventually, whoa, thanks for losing my image, ADDS, and once that begins to strengthen, as it pushes off to the east, it's going to start to bring in some cooler air out of the north, and obviously change the precipitation near the low to snow, at least on the northwestern side of the low. So, looking at the radars right now, I think that satellite described this current situation pretty well. Okay, heavy snow, that's going to lighten up, this is going to intensify. Let's look at the models. This is the 12Z NAM model. I'm just showing it to you because I don't think it's doing a horrific job, unlike some other runs that will go unnamed. But I don't think it's doing a great job. I think no model does a great job with these spring snowstorms. It's just my own opinion. Alright, let's look at what happens here by Wednesday evening. What essentially I expect to occur here for the folks wondering in the Northeast. Okay, Wednesday night, okay, or early Wednesday, early Wednesday, it's not impossible that we get some cold air damming in this area, okay, and the cold air is sluggish to leave in the higher elevations, etc., etc., and in the valleys too. So around the mountains, you could start off with some snow when the initial low moves through early Wednesday. But if you look off to the west, there's a big push of warmer air that's going to start to change it over to rain, and pretty quickly. So an hour or two of snow max. Now, as we make our way out to Wednesday evening, we've all changed over to rain as the low pressure center is passed just to the south of you. Your winds are coming out of the southeast, and then you got another low back in here, which is the stronger one, picking up moisture, like I said, in the central eastern Ohio Valley. We're beginning to see that cooler tug of air, okay, and as this second low, which we're going to begin to concentrate on more, pushes off to the east, it intensifies and it brings in cooler air. And as we zoom on in here, you go through the nighttime hours, there's that max of precip, there's that cooler air coming in, you change to snow, you were mostly snow for most of the time period in my greatest risk area, okay, although you're changing to rain for at least a little while, likely. And then what occurs here is that on the northwestern side, with that tug of cooler air and the second batch of precip, right here, that changes over to snow for the areas outside of my greatest risk area, in these areas. New York City, you are not in my greatest risk area. Philly, you're not. You could. It depends on how that second batch of precip behaves. And it's going to be a nowcasting thing. But right now, I'm just saying that this is what I think is going to occur, and things could change. Alright, enjoy your day. Stay tuned. This could be interesting.